And aren't you? She asked. Not even a little bit, my dear. I'm just a common man. You're more than that, said the Scarecrow in a grieved tone. You're a humbug. Exactly so, declared the little man, rubbing his hands together as if it pleased him. I am a humbug. But this is terrible, said the Tin Man. How shall I ever get my heart? Or I my courage? Asked the Lion. Or I my brains? Wailed the Scarecrow, wiping the tears from his eyes with his coat sleeve. My dear friends, said Oz, I ask you not to speak of these little things. Think of me and the terrible trouble I'm in if people find out I am just a man. Doesn't anyone else know you're a humbug? Asked Dorothy. No one knows it but you four and myself, replied Oz. I have fooled everyone so long that I thought I would never be found out. It was a great mistake of mine, ever letting you into the throne room. Usually, I will not see even my subjects, and so they believe I am something terrible. But I don't understand, said Dorothy. How was it that you appeared to me as a great head? That was one of my tricks, answered Oz. Step this way, please, and I will tell you all about it. He led the way to a small room in the rear of the throne room, and they all followed him. He pointed to one corner in which lay the great head, made out of a lot of paper and with a carefully painted face. This I hung from the ceiling by a wire, said Oz. I stood behind the screen and pulled a thread to make the eyes move and the mouth open. But how about the voice? She inquired. Oh, I am a ventriloquist, said the little man. I can throw the sound of my voice wherever I wish, so that you thought it was coming out of the head. Here are the other things I used to make you think I'm a wizard. He showed the Scarecrow the dress and the mask he had worn when he seemed to be the lovely lady, and the Tin Man saw that his terrible beast was nothing but a lot of skins sewn together. As for the ball of fire, the false wizard had hung that also from the ceiling. It was really just a ball of cotton, but when oil was poured upon it, the ball burned fiercely. Really, said the Scarecrow, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for being such a humbug. I certainly am, answered the little man in a sad tone. But it was the only thing I could do. Sit down, please. There are plenty of chairs, and I will tell you my story. So they sat down and listened while he told the following tale. I was born in Omaha. Why, that isn't very far from Kansas, cried Dorothy. No, but it's farther from here, he said, shaking his head at her sadly. When I grew up, I became a ventriloquist, and at that I was very well trained by a great master. I can imitate any kind of a bird or beast. Here he mewed so like a kitten that Toto pricked up his ears and looked everywhere to see where she was. After a time, continued Oz, I tired of that and became a balloonist.